decide as to count one.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right, are we ready for the jury?
Amber Heard's attorney, Elaine Bredehoft, delivered her closing arguments before the jury in the defamation trial on Friday, May 27th. This is the final nail on the coffin that has convinced fans she is secretly on Depp's side. So what did Elaine do at the closing statements? Is there a method to her madness? Let's find out. According to Bredehoft, Heard paid her legal team fees totaling more than $6 million following her divorce from Depp. Elaine Bredehoft also claimed that the Aquaman actress was unable to make the full $7 million donation to the ACLU and a children's hospital following the divorce settlement due to the high legal fees. According to Elaine Bredehoft, Heard paid extraordinarily high legal fees after Depp sued her and started a smear campaign against her. Heard's sister, Whitney Enriquez, testified earlier this week that Heard did not pay the $3.5 million pledged to the Children's Hospital. As a result, the full $3.5 million pledged to the Children's Hospital Los Angeles has yet to be received. On the other hand, Heard has stated on numerous occasions, including under oath in Depp's 2020 libel case in the UK, that she donated the entire settlement to charity. During the defamation trial, she finally admitted on the stand while being questioned by Camille Vasquez that she did not pay the money she had pledged. What did Elaine Bredehoft say in her half of Amber Heard's closing arguments? The closing arguments in the defamation trial of Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp have concluded. After 6 weeks of testimony, the jury is currently deliberating. Depp's lawyers asked jurors in their closing argument to give him his life back after claiming that Heard's allegations of domestic abuse ruined it. They claimed Heard would rather fight than let the actor go, and that her allegations were a betrayal of true survivors. They claimed Heard delivered the best performance of her life on the stand. Law Crime Network Judge Askerid observes jurors 3 and 14 will serve as alternate jurors in the case. The jury of 7 is now deliberating in the case of Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard. Heard's legal team, on the other hand, reiterated that a verdict in Depp's favor would make jurors complicit in his abuse and campaign of global humiliation. In addition, they chastised the actor for laughing and making snide comments during the closing arguments, calling it victim blaming at its worst. In the second half of closing arguments, Heard's lawyer, Elaine Bredehoft, disputed the opposing legal notion that Heard's abuse allegations were a hoax. Elaine has gone off the deep end, misquoting actual laws, arguing evidence that hasn't been presented, yelling at the jury as if they're disobedient grandchildren. Other lawyers are freaking out about the ethical violations she's committing with this closing statement, and all I can think is that she's doing it on purpose. Elaine is a seasoned attorney with a solid reputation prior to this case. She understands what she can and cannot do as a lawyer. So A, she's either crooked as F, or B, she's doing everything she can to persuade the jury to convict her. There have previously been rumors that Elaine is attempting to befriend Depp. You had dinner at Depp's house for 4 hours? Elaine Bredehoft, Amber Heard's lawyer, asks. Depp's forensic psychologist, who was hired for his defamation trial against Heard, wined and dined with him at his home. People suspect Elaine is overly interested in the story. She also questioned Dr. Curry about the Muffin Man and her testimony about Amber Heard for her personality disorders. What will the jury decide? As the trial comes to a close, Judge Askerid informed the jury that its decision had to be unanimous, and that jurors were not permitted to consult anything other than the court's trial materials, including media coverage. While deliberating, the jury will have to consider where there was abuse and whether Heard's op-ed piece was legally defamatory. The article itself focuses primarily on domestic violence policy issues, but Depp's lawyer claims that 2 passages in the article and an online headline defame Depp. Heard writes in the first paragraph, 2 years ago, I became a public figure representing domestic abuse, and I felt the full force of our culture's wrath. Given that Heard publicly accused Depp of domestic violence in 2016, 2 years before she wrote the article, Depp's lawyers say it's a clear reference to Depp. I had the rare vantage point of seeing in real time how institutions protect men accused of abuse, she says in a second passage. Amber Heard, I spoke out against sexual violence and faced our culture's wrath, the online headline reads. She didn't say anything about his name. She didn't have to, Chu pointed out. Everyone who knew and what Ms. Heard was referring to. Heard's lawyers argue that she cannot be held liable for the headline because she did not write it, and that the 2 passages in the article are about how Heard's life changed after she made the allegations, not the allegations themselves. Do you think the Bredehoft is #Team Johnny? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, stay subscribed for new updates brought to you at the earliest.